Good morning and welcome to Community Voice. I'm your host, Josh Engel. We are live streaming currently on the WLBB Facebook page. So if you got any questions or comments for our guest, or just want to, show your excitement for a great concert, go on there and type that question or comment in, and I'll be happy to read that to our guest. The aforementioned guest, is the one and only Janet Chumley. She is the executive director, the big boss lady. She kind of runs the show over at in Villa Rica, and she's the director of the Villa Rica Main Street program. You might be familiar with their many summer concerts and different events, food trucks, farmers markets. They're always up to something. So why don't we just get right to it? We're going to be talking about their concert coming up Saturday, July 9th. It's Midnite Star with the opening act, All the Locals. Janet, good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning, Josh. Good to see you as always.
Hey, thank you so much for coming in the studio, being on camera with us. Why don't we, for folks who might not be aware of who you are and what you do, tell us a bit about yourself and about your position with the city of Villa Rica.
So I am the Main Street manager. This is almost year 7 for me. October will be 7 years, and 5 years as a Main Street manager. So time flies when you're having fun, right? Mm-hmm. So I oversee the downtown, the Main Street program. We are always driven to bring business downtown to support our local community and our local businesses, and do whatever we can to bring attention to our downtown and what we do downtown. And as you mentioned, we always have an event going on. It seems like we get done with one and we have the next one rolling in. So we're excited about this upcoming concert Saturday. As you mentioned, Midnite Star, they are a hit maker from the 80s. Lots of hits, and we're excited to bring them into the Mill Amphitheater in downtown Villa Rica Saturday.
So why is it so important to have events like this? I mean, I know that an exorbitant amount of work goes into scheduling and arranging these shows. I mean, a lot of these acts you're communicating with a year in advance.
Correct.
Why is it so important to have dynamic entertainment and stuff going on downtown?
Well, as I mentioned, we are in the business of driving people downtown. We want people to eat at our restaurants. We want people to come to the Mill Amphitheater. We want people to stay in our hotels. And when you bring in this type of act, all that works itself out. I know our hotels are sold out this weekend. When they come in, normally they come in for this type of act, and they come in Friday night. They stay for the concert Saturday, and then they stay again overnight. So it's really about bringing tourists into Villa Rica. It's also bringing the local community together and supporting our local businesses. As you know, those are the heart of every community. And,
you make a good point. Local attention. I mean, Villa Rica Main Street, downtown in Villa Rica becomes like a melting pot of all these folks from the counties, from all of Carroll County. They all, and beyond, they all want to come out to be a part of this concert. And it doesn't hurt that these concerts are always free,
yes,
unless you want to buy some premium seats, which
That's
are
right.
available. But how do you go about choosing your acts? I mean, you've brought a pretty eclectic mix of musical acts, comedians, different shows. How do you go about choosing who would be the right person to bring to Villa Rica?
I think it's just keeping a pulse on your community and what's worked in the past. I don't think you try to waver too much. As you see over the years, the last 5 years, what we've had from the 70s, 80s, and 90s has worked. And that brings the crowd in and the excitement in, because maybe it's a band that you saw when you were 16. And they're back, and you get to see them for free.
Get your friends
and
together.
And you get to reminisce.
Yep.
I mean, that's the thing about it. It's just such an eclectic group, but it's worked for us. The mix has worked for us because we always try to get something 70s or 80s or from the 90s. Last year we had Sister Hazel from the 90s, and that was a success. So I think it's just keeping a pulse on the community and tapping into what they like, what you think they're going to like. It's not always a win, but we've been pretty lucky the last 5 years of getting the acts out here that the community enjoys.
Well, it's a good move too, because you're securing acts, from the 70s, 80s, 90s. Honestly, let's just be honest. Acts from these time periods weren't as dependent on foul language, and maybe themes that aren't appropriate for families to go out. But a lot of these acts, they're just about having a good time. So you can bring the whole family out to, dance on the square and have a good time.
Yeah, we want it to be family friendly and fun. We want everybody, if you want to bring your kids, absolutely feel free to do that. There's no concern that something's going to be said or done that's going to offend anybody. So really, we just want everybody to come out, have a good time, take 2 hours out of their day and just enjoy it. I mean, we all in this country work so hard. And so if I can give you 2 hours out of your day to come and enjoy some good music and relax, have some great food, that's what we want to do.
And just right up the road from you, too. No matter where you are, you're within 30 minutes of Villa Rica. So I'd love to do a recap. We brought you on last time because we were chatting about an upcoming concert you had in June. Now, that is the face-to-face. It was this past month. It was a tremendous group, from what I understand. I've heard great feedback from the concert. It was a Billy Joel and Elton John tribute, like a dueling pianos, like a tribute group.
Right.
Could you tell us a bit about that, how the show turned out? What was the attendance like?
Man, that was an awesome show. We not only had people sitting in the Mill Amphitheater, we had people sitting in the street, in the train park. It was amazing to look around and see how crowded it was. That gives you a good feeling, and that you've kind of hit the mark there. There was probably over 3,000 people there. I would say we are a 2,500 capacity amphitheater technically, but we well exceeded that number. I think it's a good sign that when your bathrooms are, there's a line to the bathroom. Not great, but it's a kind of a sign that we're kind of busy, right? So we're excited about that. It was a tremendous band. I would recommend them to anybody. They put on one heck of a show, and the beautiful thing is they stayed an extra 20 minutes and played.
Really?
Because the crowd was so into it. They're like, can we play another 15, 20 minutes? Go for it.
And,
it's amazing.
You're also like paying tribute to two of the most iconic musicians of the last 50 years.
Absolutely.
So it's not like they don't have plenty of songs to play. So they just kept playing encores and working with the crowd.
Right. And I think Elton John, this is his last year of touring. He's doing his, farewell tour. So maybe we hit the pulse on that a little bit and kind of got some people, thinking about, oh man, Elton John, back in the day, I saw him so-and-so, at the Palladium or whatever, and, brought some nostalgia there. But they were really, really great, did an awesome job. And like I said, they played an extra 15 or 20 minutes because the crowd was so into it. And that's what you want. That's exactly what you want.
Well, we're going to go and take our first commercial break, but when we come back, we will continue our conversation with the director of the Villa Rica Main Street program, Janet Chumley, as we chat about their upcoming concert, Midnite Star, with opening act All the Locals, Saturday, June 9th. That's this upcoming Saturday at 7:30 p.m. at the Mill Amphitheater in downtown Villa Rica. So stay with us.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
As a believer in the power of education, we are called to set the standard by shaping and empowering the minds of future generations through quality education. Oak Mountain Academy embraces this philosophy, which is why my children attend this prestigious school. I am elated to serve on the OMA Board of Trustees, where together we prepare students and remind them to trust and believe in the power to transform the world. I'm Dr. Brian Bain, inviting you to celebrate our 60-year legacy of academic excellence. Visit us at oakmountain.us.
You know what time it is. It's time for Midnite Star.
That was an awesome robot, by the way, Josh.
Thank you. I do a pretty good one. It doesn't hurt that I'm pretty robotic sometimes. But yeah, you are listening to Community Voice. Today's Thursday, July 7th. I am your host, Josh Engel. We're chatting with Janet Chumley. She's the director of Villa Rica Main Street. We're chatting about the upcoming summer concert. You know, the summer concert series that the Main Street puts on in Villa Rica. Top tier shows, family friendly programming, all of your favorite acts from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. They line them up out there. Makes sense that so often these ads are on great classics because, hey, we love the hits of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So if you're just tuning in, we are live streaming on Facebook Live. So if you have any questions, just hop on our WLBB Facebook page. Any comments, you just go in there, type them in, and I'll be happy to read them out to our guest, our esteemed guest. So now, Midnite Star, let's talk about it. So this is the next big entry in the Villa Rica Main Street Summer Concert Series. Tell us about it.
I have been trying to get Midnite Star for a couple of years, and then we had that silly thing called COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Not to make that lightly, of course, but it was took a toll on everybody's events and
unnecessary.
community.
Let's put it that way. It was unnecessary.
Just crazy. So finally got it worked out where they could come this year. Very excited. The hits that they had from the late 70s, early 80s was amazing, and we're just excited. This is their first time ever playing Villa Rica. They're excited to be out here. They're looking for a great crowd. We're going to give them that. We're probably 10 seats from being sold out.
Wow.
So if you want those 10 seats, go to FreshTix.com, TIX.com, and get your remaining reserved seats.
Yeah,
it is free.
It is. The show's free.
It's free.
But if you want the reserve seats, which, tell us about those reserve seats. So where are they located in terms of the concert venue?
So our reserve seats and tables are on the first tier of the amphitheater. So if you've been to the amphitheater, it's 3 tiers. And then tier 2 and 3 are actually the free seating.
Nice.
Regardless of where you sit, you're going to have a great seat.
Yeah, because it's still an intimate venue. There are no bad seats in the entire amphitheater.
No. So we just set those out for those that want to be a little closer. Of course, we leave the pit area for everybody that's going to dance. We want everybody to get up out of their seat and dance. And then the first tier is, of course, as I said, reserve seating. And then tier 2 and 3 are the open area where you can bring your own chair, bring your own blanket, and come and hang out with us and have some fun.
Yeah, and you mentioned dancing. I mean, this is very much, if you're hey, you're tuning in now, you heard some Midnite Star right there. The intro music as we came back from the break. I mean, this is top tier electronica, 80s dance, funk, soul. It's a little bit of everything.
R&B, bring it. Yeah. I mean, they are amazing act. I've seen them in concert. I didn't see them in concert for free. But this is an opportunity for everybody that if you like to dance, even if you're dancing in your seat, we just want you to have a good time, get on the dance floor. We'll be giving away some lighted up material. We are excited to, we just entered into a partnership with Atlanta Eats, which is the show that comes on Sundays. It's something Steak Shapiro does. He is the owner of Atlanta Eats, and they're going to come out and film.
Wow.
So if you want to be on camera, we're not going to pay you to be on camera, but if you want to come out, they're going to be filming some B-roll for this concert for a project they're working on with them in the fall that will air in the fall.
Exciting.
So come out, be on camera, have a good time, dance, freakazoid, operator, no parking on the dance floor is 3 of their many hits.
I was replaying Freakazoid earlier this week.
It's amazing.
And I was like, wow, this show's going to be wild.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time. It's going to be live and happening. And, of course, all the locals will open up for them at 7:30, which is a local band. And then Midnite Star will go on about 8:30.
So what kind of music is all the locals?
They do a mixture of 80s and 90s as well. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
So I'm so excited to throw you this curveball live on radio. So you said you've seen Midnite Star before.
Yes.
Tell us about that experience. Tell us about, when was that? What was your evening like? How was the concert? I mean, this was so you went and paid to see them in the past.
This looks going to date me, Josh.
I love it. Let's hear it.
I think they were at the Omni, which Omni is now Phillips Arena.
Sure.
Which is, I think it's another name now, but, it's some friends of mine, I think we're in middle school, and, of course, one of their parents took us, right?
Nice.
I don't think you're at that age, you enjoy it, and you have a good time, and you love the music. I don't think you can become to appreciate it until much later that you got to see them in their prime playing some of the greatest music at the time. It was amazing. We had a good time.
Did you and your friends dance?
Yeah, of course. The whole time. And even their parents dance. I mean, it's just that kind of show. And I can't remember who the opener was, but I feel like it was somebody pretty significant as well.
Sure.
But I think it's later in life that you begin to appreciate the concerts. I saw Journey, back in the day, and that was an amazing concert. It's later in life that you begin to appreciate, oh, wow, I saw them in concert.
Wow, I had the chance to see them.
I had the chance to see them. So...
This is your chance now.
This is your chance now. But we'll actually get to meet the band, which will be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get to hang out with them. So you're going to tell them about the night that you
I am going to tell them, and they'll probably be like, okay. So many shows later. I mean, can you imagine how many years they've toured?
Oh, I'm sure
it's
a blur.
Crazy. Everything's a blur, I'm sure.
They're doing concerts all the time. I mean, every week.
They're on tour now. They're on tour now, so we're actually talking from them, getting logistics from them on the road as they're on tour. They're playing with Sheila E. And The Time.
Whoa.
They're on tour with them right now. So it's kind of crazy.
If you're a Prince fan, I mean, Sheila E., that's a big deal.
Yeah. So we're excited. We're excited to steal them for a night.
That's fantastic. Now, I did want to mention, so as if there wasn't enough to look forward to, you get to learn a bit more about Janet Chumley, because you can experience what she experienced in middle school. You can come see Midnite Star in concert live. Now, but there are a few special things that are going on too. So not only are you getting a great concert, but on the square, I keep saying square, at the amphitheater, you have you're going to have food trucks out there.
Yes, we are going to have, I think, 7 or 8 food trucks, and we're also going to have Uncorked on Main, which is one of our local restaurants, and they're going to be providing the sale of beer and wine. And I'm also very thankful for our sponsor, Jones Wynn Funeral Homes and Cremation Services, and the City of Villa Rica. What an honor it is to have sponsors. We're lucky every year to have that, and Jones Wynn is one of our exceptional sponsors, and we're very appreciative of them for sponsoring this event. Amazing family.
They're
yes.
so great with clients and customers, and
yes.
I mean, they're just great people all around.
Great people, yes.
Truly. So thank you. Shout out to Ellen Wynn McBrayer and everybody out at Jones Wynn for sponsoring this event. So what kind of food trucks are we talking about?
Oh, we have the Mad Greek. We're going to have some seafood. We're going to have barbecue. We're going to have,
A lot.
Snow cones. We're going to have popcorn, Papa John's, the local Villa Rica location. Shout out to Brian. They're going to be out there. So a great variety of food. Plus, if you want something else, we are an entertainment district on that side of the road. So you can go to Lost Cowboys or Uncorked on Main or Hickstown, grab something to eat, and then get your Main Street cup to go, and you can bring it in the amphitheater. That's the beautiful thing about having the entertainment district.
You can go in there, get you the cup, and then have beer or wine.
Correct.
And have it out there on the square because it's entertainment district.
Yes.
And I mean, and look, and even if all the options of food trucks aren't enticing you, there's so many great restaurants on the square too. I mean, on downtown. So there are so many options. I mean, you have so many good meals that you can have.
Yeah, we have Olive Tree and Evans and Uncorked on Main, as I mentioned, Lost Cowboys, Chat and Chew. We're really lucky to have a wonderful mix of restaurants in downtown, and people come all the time. They have a lot of loyal customers, so we're very, very blessed in that manner.
And they're glad that they did. Now, just to remind everyone, we're going to talk about this again before the show wraps up, but that is Midnite Star with the opening act, all the locals, great local group. You're going to hear a great mix of 70s, 80s, and 90s music. And, of course, Midnite Star, iconic 80s group. That's going to be this Saturday, July 9th, downtown Villa Rica at 7:30 p.m. Now, before we go to our next break, I did want to ask, I heard that you guys have a farmer's market you're putting together.
Yeah, so our Main Street coordinator and tourism coordinator, Shannon Gordon, is amazing, and she started this back in April, I think, and it's been an exciting, great, every week she comes up with the great group of people and vendors and food trucks. I have an awesome list that she put together for me to let everybody know what she's going to have out there. The food truck next Monday, and these are from 4 to 7, is the Little Red Wagon, and they have burgers and Philly cheesesteaks and fries and snow cones. So that's our food truck out there. And also Tanner will be out there. They're going to get stuff together for kids. The kids can shop for their own produce using Pop Cash provided by Tanner. So, and then we're going to have yoga out there from Villa Rica Yoga at 6 o'clock. So a lot of great mixture of vendors and farmers and coffees and trucks of a great variety, and we're really excited. And Shannon's doing a really amazing job with the market.
So be sure to check that out. A lot's going on in downtown Villa Rica. We're going to go ahead and take our second commercial break. But when we come back, we will wrap up our conversation with the director of Villa Rica Main Street, Janet Chumley, as we chat about this Saturday's concert, Midnite Star, 7:30 p.m. at the Mill Amphitheater in downtown Villa Rica. So stay with us.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
I'm Michael Flynn, Oak Mountain Academy class of 1978.
Katie Flynn, class of 2010.
Justin Flynn, class of 2014.
Logan Flynn, class of 2019.
And I'm Marnie Flynn, current teacher at OMA.
My uncle Richard Orm Flynn, a founding father of Oak Mountain Academy, had a vision to see students become confident leaders who hold a faith-based value system in an academically rigorous environment. We are proud to celebrate 60 years of fulfilling my uncle's vision.
Our family invites you to visit the campus or oakmountain.us today.
Electricity.
And welcome back to Community Voice. Today is Thursday, July 7th. I'm your host, Josh Engel. Let's shout out to Colin Worthington. He is really just lining up these. Yeah, DJ Seaworth. He's back there.
DJ Colin.
Really?
DJ Colin. That's what I'm going to start calling him. DJ Colin.
Because he is just back-to-back tracks, really setting us up for a great show here with these Midnite Star tracks. Yeah, you heard it here. Midnite Star, they're coming to downtown Villa Rica this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Freakazoid. No parking on the dance floor. Tons of hits. Operator.
Emergency. What you just heard. Emergency.
It's almost like you went to see them.
Electricity.
It's almost like you went to see them in concert in middle school or something. It's crazy. Just to let you know, we are live streaming on our WLBB Facebook page. So if you have any last minute questions or comments for our guests, feel free to type them in, and I'd be proud to read them out to Miss Janet here. So if you're just tuning in, yeah, we've been covering the upcoming concert, Midnite Star, this Saturday, but it's not the last concert of the season. Janet and the Main Street team have a few other shows coming up.
Yes, we do.
Why don't we tease those? Let's talk about what folks can expect.
So in August 6th, we have Satisfaction, which is a Rolling Stones tribute band. So you get your rock and roll on. And then our final concert of the year is the Gold Rush Summer Concert, and it's actually on a Friday night. And that is September the 9th, and we're going to have Rumors, which is a Fleetwood Mac tribute band. So we're really excited we're going to go out with a bang this year with our concerts. So we're excited.
Rumors, named after the album of the same name, I believe, Fleetwood Mac.
Correct.
So you have, so you have Satisfaction, and this is a Rolling Stone tribute band. And you also have Rumors, Fleetwood Mac tribute band. Have either of these acts been downtown Villa Rica before?
No, so we're excited. This is our first time in Villa Rica playing either act, so we're looking for a great show from them. Yeah, excited.
So can folks go ahead and get some of those reserved seats?
Yes. So once again, all of our concerts are free, but if you want a better seat, a little closer, those are available already at FreshTix.com.
Perfect. So definitely giving us something to look forward to. Some upcoming concerts there. So, we only have a few minutes left, so I want to be sure that we recap and and hit some of these points hard before we leave, because I want to make sure that folks don't miss this opportunity to have a great night downtown Villa Rica, food trucks, beer and wine. Tell us again about this weekend, and if you would, I'd also like to make sure folks hear more about that farmers market again, because that is really cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So we have once again Midnite Star coming to Villa Rica Saturday night. All the locals will open up for them at 7:30, and then Midnite Star will go on about 8:30. We'll have food trucks, and then Uncorked on Main will provide the sale of beer and wine, so we're excited about that. So come out and see us. And then we have the farmers market, which is every Monday, weather permitting. Let's put that in there, because
we've been getting a lot of rain.
Last couple of weeks have been not so good, but with weather. But 4 to 7 every Monday at the Mill Amphitheater. We have a lot of great vendors, local like Ithaca beef, fresh honey from Bedelia's bees, squash, zucchini, fruit, coffee, anything you can think of. Vegetarian cookies, which by the way are amazing. Anything you can think of, we will have it out there. Plus we have yoga and different things offered every week, so please come out and see us.
So you guys do like classes and stuff also?
Yes, Villa Rica Yoga is typically out there every Monday. They do a class from 6 to 7, really cool, and they do it on the grass, and we got the music going. Really, really cool atmosphere. Great for the family to come out and have a good time together. We have the cornhole out for the kids and the tic-tac-toe, so really fun and have a good time. And bring in Monday. Mondays are tough, and then you get to go to the farmer's market and have a good time, eat great food and fresh produce. And so we're excited to bring those back. And those I think we're going to run it through October.
Cool.
Probably 1st of October. Yeah.
You reminded me of something. We always talk about, the adults, getting to see a great concert. You can go up to Uncork, get you a Main Street cup, get some beer and wine in it, buy that and take it over to the amphitheater. But, what about kids? I mean, you were mentioning, putting out cornhole and stuff for the kids that they can play and have a good time. What's that like, seeing all that hard work? You've been, few people work as hard as Janet Chumley. This girl works really hard, and she's doing a lot, just her and Shannon.
Yep.
And, what's it like seeing the kids just having a blast at these events? I mean, do they have a pretty good turnout of kids usually?
Yeah, they do, and I think it's really icing on the cake, because once you see the enjoyment in their eyes, they get to run around. Shannon puts chalk out for them to play and draw, and having the games and just being able to run free and have a good time and be a kid.
Yeah.
And just enjoy the moment. I mean, you can't beat that.
And it's a safe environment.
Safe environment.
You're screaming distance from the police department. That has to be
That's a
handy.
great thing. Yeah, that's a great thing. And we have an awesome police department, and we're really lucky with that, and they're very supportive of all of our events that we do. So, yeah, it's just a great time, great opportunity to add one more event to our belt, and the market has really been super successful. And that's kudos to Shannon.
Perfect. Well, we're out of time here, so if you would, real quick, just tell us, where can folks learn more and where can folks get their tickets?
Any of our events, you can find our information on downtownvillarica.com. And then if you want to buy reserved seating, once again, that's FreshTix.com.
Janet, thank you so much for everything you do and for waking up early and joining us here in the studio.
Thanks, Josh.
And to all of you tuning in at home, whether it be on Facebook Live or on the radio, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.